Hello, I'm BXToyCat and welcome back to another video. Making a house in Minecraft is one of the most creative decisions you can actually make, but a lot of people kind of waste it by having a vaguely rectangular wooden box with a roof on top of it, which doesn't necessarily look bad, but you invite your friends over to look at it and they'll be like, that's a pretty average house you have there. It looks a lot like mine, in fact. And yeah, I think a house should say a little bit more about you than I made a house. So today I'm going to be giving you 5 very strange ideas for building your house that should hopefully inspire you to do something a little bit more unique with yours. So please do like the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like this stuff. I want to see more like it on the channel, but let's get straight into the video, shall we? So the first idea I want to mention is having a giant block for a house, and in this case we're going to use the open chest as one, because basically you can take any block in Minecraft and you can make it into a giant, version of itself quite easily, because everything in Minecraft is made up of a 16 by 16 kind of thing. So you can see, you look at the chest here and it's like, okay, it's all black wool around the outside, then all orange wool on the inside, and boom, you just do that in the real world and you've got yourself a giant chest that actually looks like a chest. And this is really cool, particularly in the chest case, because then we have a little entrance in here. And boom, we actually live inside the chest, which is a pretty cool idea. You can just remove this top entirely and just, have an open roof. Or you can do what I've done here and do that. But yeah, open chest with, a chest room with, a very basic bedroom here. You can see how you can make, any block, in the game basically livable by just doing this cool stuff. And that's why I think it's a pretty cool idea. So let's just try and get out of it, shall we? And yeah, this is the block house idea. It can be done for any block in the game. You can take a coal ore block, a TNT block, an emerald ore block, brick, furnace, an enchantment table, a nether quartz. You can take literally any block in the game and just decide each single pixel is going to be one block, and boom, you've got yourself a giant version of it. And it makes a pretty cool house because people come over and they look at your giant chest and they're like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, way better than my random pile of wood and stone. I like it, ToyCat. So yeah, moving on from this first idea onto the second one. So this is something you've probably seen in this world before if you've seen a few videos here, but basically I have built a giant 3D panda at one point, and people question, why do you have a giant panda, ToyCat? And I think the better question is not just why you have a giant panda, ToyCat, but why do you have a giant panda that also serves as your house? Because if you go behind the back of the paw here, or I don't know if pandas have paws or feet, but if you go back to the back of the panda, foot or paw or whatever, you can actually climb up a ladder and boom, you're inside the panda. So this is just, the basic, outline for a house, but you could see how you can make something really cool to live in here and also have the benefit of having a view on top of the panda's head. So people are like, oh, why do you have a panda, ToyCat? And you stare at them, you're like, I have a bow and arrow, I could probably kill you from up here. And then you also have the benefit of just being able to see all these cool things, and you live inside a panda, which is, really the ultimate trump card when your friends are like, well, ToyCat, your house is a bit weird. You'd be like, well, I live inside a panda, so who's the real loser here? And also, what you can also do to make things a bit funny, you can have, for instance, I have this little balcony back here on the panda's tail, and I'm sure I don't need to explain exactly what this is, but yeah, you can do weird and funny stuff like this using, a panda, or using any mob, really. You can see, if I climb up the front ladder again, I've got, a giant creeper back there that isn't a house, but, I turn my skin into a house, I turn Black Steve into a house. You can turn any mob in the game, any mob that's not in the game, really anything, any animal into a house, and it'll make a pretty unique one, especially if, like, me, it vaguely matches the skin if it was a cat, and yeah, that's something you can do that's quite cool there. So let's jump down from here. Yeah, let's just jump down from here, and let's move on to the third idea. So the third idea for a house is a one that looks very weird from the outside, but it's actually incredibly practical. Again, even though it sounds awful, basically what we're going to do here, I think we'll lock ourselves in just there. Basically, you can see we've got ourselves a glass house, and you think glass, no, it's like, yeah, it's so dangerous, but a glass house is actually one of the safest houses you can have. And my logic here is that if in a normal house there could be a creeper waiting for me outside the door at any moment. In this house you can see literally everything. There shouldn't be a hole in the ceiling, but you can see literally everything inside the house, outside the house, which is cool. If there's a zombie there, you know to watch out for it. If there's a creeper out there, when you go out, don't go out there because it'll blow up all of the glass at once. But yeah, it has a really cool benefit of being able to see everything. It has the awesome benefit of just looking really cool, and very unique and weird, but it also has the cool benefit of that thing you get in real life where you're like, oh, did I leave the furnace on while you're sleeping? Instead of having to wake up, go through the house, go to your kitchen, you can just wake up and be like, aha, I didn't leave the furnace on. Likewise, this is my bathroom over here. Have you ever been like, I want to keep watching this TV program, which is apparently this weird painting right here. You can sit on your toilet and you can be like, aha, I can still watch the TV, and I can even watch it through walls. So yeah, glass walls in a glass house is a pretty cool thing. And yeah, I guess the only thing to bear in mind is that people in glass houses probably shouldn't throw stones. So yeah, just bear in mind to do that. Don't mock other people's houses just after you've made this house, and you should be in a pretty good place. So yeah, make sure you don't make it so you have to lock yourself out. That's probably probably a bad idea, but yeah, let's move on to idea number 4 here. So basically, if you think all these ideas are a bit too radical, you know, a giant glass cage, a giant panther, a giant chest, then the next one is kind of just making a weird shape, form, and design of your house. So this is, you know, the basic kind of concept of a house where it's just a shape plus, you know, making it thing. But I decided to make it entirely out of rainbow blocks, so, you know, it's a rainbow color up there, and it's a hexagon. Who makes a hexagon house in Minecraft? Just you is the answer to that question. So yeah, as you can see, it's a very, very basic house because it's quite small. We've divided it into red and blue. Red is where we go when we, you know, when we need furnaces and netherrack, and blue is where we go for fishing and sleep. So honestly, you can do a lot more than just a red and a blue room. But yeah, having a multicolored house, having something that's really colorful is something that's pretty cool, because most people have buildings that are quite boring. That's kind of the accepted thing to do in Minecraft. Make a house that's just wood and stone and stuff. But if you want to have a house that's rainbow colored, made out of wool, made out of stained clay, that's something I definitely think is way cooler, and it's going to make a house that's at least, you know, more interesting to look at, even if it's not a better... Oh, I dropped my controller. Even if it's not a better... even if it's not a better film. I tried to do air quotes, but I was holding a controller, and that's not a thing you should do in Minecraft. Apparently, you need to hold the controller. Anyway, let's move on to idea number 5 here. So idea number 5 on the big old list, idea number 5, is actually to make a food house. So this kind of fits into the same food theme of the block house and the, you know, the massive mob house. But basically, this is a giant pumpkin house right here. So this is a pumpkin pie, one of the items in the game. It's a pretty cool one. I decided to make a massive 3D version of it, and even though it's massive, I decided let's compact all our stuff in the corner over here, you know, have a nice little compact house, and then we can have all the room in the world for activities. So yeah, we got a big old activity space, and that's something you can only really do with a food house, because people are like coming in there, they're like, oh, if it's a giant, you know, pumpkin pie, there's going to be a party in there, and they come in and you get to have activities with them. Also, what you might want to do is, if you don't like the idea of a pumpkin pie house, you can make any other food, you know, in the game, out of the game. I have a cake house over here, which I made a long time ago, but you can also make something like a, you know, a giant apple. You can make any sort of food you would make, and you can do that inside Minecraft, and that's what I think is quite cool. So yeah, idea number 5 is to make a food house. Let me know which of these ideas, you know, inspired you, if any did at all. You're going to be like, you know what, I quite like your idea, Toygat. Let's have a rainbow house. Let's have a giant alpaca house, as you can see up there. Let's do this, let's do that. Hopefully I did inspire something in you. That's always the goal behind my videos, and if I did, I'd love to hear what it was in the comments down below. Otherwise, please do like the video if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do like it. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day, and goodbye.